You ever look in the mirror and wonder why you're still in the same place, why your dreams are just gathering dust on the shelf, why your life plays on repeat like a broken record? Let me tell you something. This world, it doesn't care how tired you are. It doesn't care how many excuses you can stack. It doesn't care if you had a rough childhood or if you're too busy or if you're not built like them. Life doesn't give a damn. It rewards the ones who show up 1 hour a day. That's it, 1 hour of suffering, 1 hour of discipline, 1 hour where you shut off the phone, close the door, make a damn decision. Most people waste more than that scrolling, binging, complaining. But one focused, painful, uncomfortable hour a day, that's where the growth is. That's where the beast is hiding. You think it's not enough. You think 1 hour can't change your life. I was broken, mentally, physically. I was nobody. Couldn't read, couldn't run, couldn't look myself in the eye. But I gave myself 1 hour a day, and I went to war. Not with anyone else, with myself. I did it when I didn't want to, when my legs were screaming, when my mind told me I was done. And guess what? That hour, it multiplied. That hour became identity. It became freedom. People say they want greatness, but they don't want to suffer for it. They don't want to earn it. They want the results without the reps. But let me tell you, greatness is found in that 1 hour no one sees. While they're sleeping, you're grinding. While they're laughing, you're learning. While they're quitting, you're becoming. 1 hour a day can break the chains of your past. 1 hour a day can burn through the lies you keep telling yourself. 1 hour a day can separate you from average. But that hour is not going to show up for you. You've got to take it, fight for it, bleed for it. Because if you can give just 1 hour a day every damn day, you won't recognize the person you are a year from now. And neither will the world. Most people don't get it. They think 1 hour won't do a damn thing. They say, it's too small. It's not enough. And they keep waiting for the perfect day, the perfect moment, the perfect plan. But that moment never comes. And while they're waiting, someone out there is using that 1 hour and they're turning it into something vicious. 1 hour of focused, intentional suffering every single day. That's not spark. You light that thing every day. And before you know it, it turns into a wildfire. Momentum is built in silence. Everything has to be in when no one's clapping for you, when no one sees you grinding. And all it takes is that one damn hour. The hour is your foundation. You start stacking bricks every day, one at a time, over and over. One brick doesn't look like much. 2 bricks, still nothing. But 300 hours from now, that's a fortress. That's a version of you that you built with your own blood, your own sweat, your own scars. You want to change your life and you escape that mental prison you've been locked in for years. Then stop talking and start showing up every single day. Don't skip. Don't negotiate. Don't water it down. Make that hour sacred. Treat it like life or death, because it is. That hour is either making you harder, sharper, and stronger, or it's being wasted like every other promise you made to yourself and never kept. 1 hour a day isn't about time. It's about ownership. It's about taking control when everything else feels out of your hands. That's how you become the person who doesn't need motivation, because you've got momentum. And momentum is a savage thing. Once it gets going, nothing can stop it, except you be in the discipline in that 1 hour. It's not just about the grind. It's about looking yourself in the mirror at the end of the day and saying, I showed up when I didn't want to. That builds something way deeper than muscle. It builds self-respect. And self-respect, that's what carries you when motivation dies, when no one's cheering, when the world forgets your name. Most people lie to themselves every day. They make promises and break them like it's nothing. He'll start tomorrow. I'll go harder next week. That kind of mindset kills your soul inch by inch. But when you carve out 1 hour and you put in the work regardless of how you feel, that's where the real change begins. That's when your mind starts believing you again. That's when you start trusting your own word. You think confidence comes from hype, from compliments. No, it comes from discipline. From doing the shop you said you do, especially when it sucks. Especially when no one's watching. That's what separates the driven from the drifters. 1 hour where you're in complete control, where you own the pain, where you embrace the suck, and you walk away stronger, sharper, more dangerous. That discipline in that hour, it's how you rebuild yourself from the inside out. No shortcuts, no hacks, just raw effort. And every time you finish that hour dripping in sweat, drained, beat up, but knowing you didn't quit, you gain a piece of yourself back. And over time, you become someone no one can take down. Who you are. It ain't what you post. It ain't what you say in public. It ain't the highlight reel. It's what you do when the lights are off. It's what you do in those lonely, brutal hours when no one's clapping, no one's watching, and no one gives a damn. That 1 hour a day in the dark, that's where your real identity is forget. You think you're a hard worker. Prove it when no one's around. You think you're mentally tough. Prove it when your bed is warm and your mind's screaming to stay in it. That hour when it's just you versus you, that's the test. That's where the weak version of you gets exposed. No filters, no distractions, just raw, ugly truth. You see, anyone can look disciplined on Instagram. Anyone can talk motivation, but real identity, the kind that doesn't crack under pressure, that's earned through reps in silence. That's when you hit the wall, and instead of backing down, you lean into it. You grind when the reward is nothing but respect for yourself. And that's priceless. In that hour, you either build the version of you that dominates life, or you stay stuck in the same weak, fragile version you've been dragging around for years. That hour strips away the noise. It forces you to meet the person you really are. And if you don't like what you see, good. That means it's time to go to war, because no one's coming to fix you. No one's coming to save you. But that hour, that's where you can start saving yourself. You want to know what kills more dreams than failure ever will? Excuses. People say they don't have time. Bullshit. You've got time. You just don't have priorities. You're spending hours scrolling, binging, running from your own potential, and then saying you're too busy to change your life. That's weak. That's soft. That's a damn lie you keep telling yourself because it's easier than facing the pain of growth. You say you don't want an hour, I'll find it for you. Wake up earlier. Go to bed later. Cut the crap. Turn off the TV. Skip the party. That hour is there. You just haven't had the balls to claim it. You've convinced yourself you're the exception. That life's too hard, too chaotic, too packed. But let me tell you, discipline doesn't damn about your situation. It doesn't care if your day was long. It doesn't care if you're tired. Discipline shows up when you don't want to, especially then this is comfort. Excuses are safety. In that 1 hour, that's war. That's you stepping into discomfort. That's you punching your excuses in the mouth and saying, not today. That hour doesn't just change your schedule. It changes your standard. It's not just about making time. It's about reclaiming control over a life that's been run by weakness, by comfort, by soft choices for way too long. So stop lying to yourself. You don't need more time. You need more discipline. Because once you stop making excuses and start owning that hour, you realize it was never about the clock. It was about your commitment. Being that 1 hour a day, it's the line in the sand between average and exceptional. And most people, they stay on the average side because it's safe, it's easy, it's comfortable. They wake up, go through the motions, check the boxes and call it life. But deep down, they know they're capable of more. They just don't want to suffer for it. You think greatness happens by accident. You think champions, warriors, high performers just stumble into success. Hell no, they earn it in the hours no one sees. While the average crowd is sleeping in, hitting snooze, making excuses, someone out there is putting in that 1 hour. That's the separation. It's not talent. It's not genetics. It's not luck. It's grit, consistency, and pain tolerance. That 1 hour is where you do the shut nobody else is willing to do. And because they won't do it, they'll never touch what you're building. Every rep, every step, every drop of sweat, that's where you're pulling ahead, not miles ahead, inches. But inch by inch, day by day, hour by hour, you're widening the gap. And after a year, that gap is a canyon. After 5 years, they can't even see you anymore. The difference between average and savage isn't a giant leap. It's one small decision repeated with ruthless consistency. 1 hour a day of doing what others avoid. That's how you separate. That's how you rise. That's how you become the motherfucker no one saw coming. You want transformation, you better be ready to suffer. I'm not talking about a little discomfort. I'm talking about real pain, the kind that breaks most people. That 1 hour a day. That's not supposed to feel good. That hour is supposed to hurt. Because pain is the toll you pay to level up. And if it doesn't hurt, you're not pushing hard enough. Everybody wants to change, but nobody wants to believe for it. They want results without sacrifice, growth without grind. But listen, transformation doesn't come comfort. Comfort is the enemy. It keeps you soft, keeps you average, keeps you weak. That hour needs to feel like war. It needs to feel like you're crawling through fire, because that's how you forge something stronger than what you were yesterday. That pain you feel in that hour, that's not punishment. That's payment. That's the cost of evolution. Most people run from it. They tap out the moment it gets hard. But if you can learn to lean into it, to use it, to own it, that's when the change starts to happen. That's when the body starts catching up to the mind. That's when you break through that soft shell you've been hiding your whole damn life. So when your legs are screaming, when your lungs are on fire, when your mind is begging you to quit, that's the moment you dig deeper. That's the moment you earn something, because the version of you that's out there waiting, that version come for free. You've got to suffer for it. You got to bleed for it in that one brutal, non-negotiable hour. Every damn day. That 1 hour a day isn't just training your body. It rewires your mind. It takes all that doubt, all that fear, that mental weakness that's been running your life, and it starts burning it out. One thing has to be in the one painful rep at a time. Most people walk around being controlled by their thoughts, by that little voice that says, you're tired, you can't, you're not good enough. But when you show up for that hour, day in and day out, you start silencing that voice. You start owning your mind instead of being a prisoner to it. Every time you show up when you don't feel like it, when everything in you wants to quit, but you go anyway. That's a message to your brain. I run this shut an hour. That's transformation from the inside. The mind starts shifting. You go from asking, can I do this, to saying, try and stop me. You stop looking for comfort. You stop chasing easy. You hunt down resistance because you know that's where the growth is. And you don't get there by chance. You get there by conditioning. every day, every hour, you're training your mind to stop flinching, to stop backing down, to stop believing in limits. And the more you feed that mindset, the more it becomes your default. It becomes who you are. You stop folding under pressure. You start seeking out pain like it owes you something because you know it does. 1 hour a day. That's all it takes to go from a weak, reactive, a scared version of yourself to a savage who doesn't break, doesn't bend, and doesn't make excuses. You stop living in fear. You start living in purpose. That's the rewiring. That's the mental armor. And once that switch flips, there's no going back. People keep talking about the future like it's this magical place where everything just works out. Like one day they'll wake up disciplined. One day they'll be in shape. One day they'll finally chase that dream. But let me tell you something, they're lying to themselves. The future isn't some fantasy land where your potential unlocks by accident. The future is built right now. Keep avoiding it. In that 1 hour, you keep of one to be better next year, next month. Hell, even next week. It doesn't start then. It starts today, right now. In that hour, when you shut out the noise, kill the excuses and put in the fucking work. That's the difference between people who stay stuck and people who evolve. One group waits, the other group builds. You don't need some grand plan or perfect conditions. You need action. You need urgency, because every day you skip that hour, every day you choose comfort, you choose to stay the same. You're telling your future self, I'm not ready. I'm not willing. I'll stay average. But when you show up, when you give everything to that 1 hour like it's all you've got, that's when the momentum starts. That's when your future begins to shift. The hour you commit to today is the version of you that shows up tomorrow. Every drop of sweat, every rep, every painful second. That's not just time spent. That's identity created. And the beauty of it, you don't have to wait years to see the change. After a week, your mindset changes. After a month, your confidence rises. After a year, you become unrecognizable. So stop talking about what you want to be. Stop fantasizing about the future like it's a lottery ticket. Get in the hour, build that shot, one painful, focused, disciplined hour at a time. That's where your future is, not out there, right here. You don't need talent. You don't need to be born with some special gift. You don't need the perfect body, the perfect ground, or some fancy degree. You need one thing: commitment. Ruthless, relentless, non-negotiable commitment. That 1 hour a day doesn't care how smart you are. It doesn't care where you started. It only cares if you're willing to show the hell up and suffer for it. People love to say, I'm not like them. I don't have what they have. That's a damn excuse. I was broken mentally, physically, emotionally. I wasn't born tough. I built it. I carved it out of pain, discipline, and a promise to myself that I wasn't going to die the same man I was. And it started with showing up every day for just 1 hour. That's all I had at first. But I owned that hour. I turned it into a battleground. You don't need to be talented. You need to be obsessed. Obsession is what makes you get up when it hurts. It's what makes you keep pushing when every part of you wants to quit. Talent fades when pressure hits, but commitment, real commitment, that shop endures. It breaks limits. Those monsters. You've been told that if you're not naturally gifted, you can't rise. That's a lie. I've seen people with no physical edge, no head start, no support system, outwork, outlast, and outperform people who had everything handed to them. Why? Because they made a decision: I will not be average. Not today. Not ever. That 1 hour a day is where you prove to yourself that you don't need talent to be a savage. You just need to decide and then execute every single day. That 1 hour a day, it's your flugening weapon. It's the blade you sharpen while the rest of the world's asleep, comfortable, soft. Life is coming for you whether you're ready or not. It's going to hit you with pain, loss, failure, betrayal. And if you don't have something inside you forged in fire, you're going to break like everybody else. But if you've been putting in that hour, grinding in the dark, suffering by choice, you're already dangerous. Every day you train, every hour you suffer, you're building armor the world can't see. Mental armor, spiritual armor. The kind of strength that doesn't flinch, doesn't fold, doesn't beg for mercy when life gets heavy. That hour is where you go to war with your weakness, where you strip away every excuse, every soft layer, every lie you told yourself about why you can't. You show up and you go to battle. And when that hour ends, you walk out sharper, harder, more prepared than anyone who chose comfort. You think that hour is just about fitness, just about goals. No, that hour is how you take control back. When life gets chaotic, when shut falls apart, that hour reminds you who the hell you are. It tells you, I've been through worse. I've earned this strength. I've built myself in the fire, so bring it. Most people out here walking around unarmed, no discipline, no grit, no edge. But you put in the hour, you sharpen the sword. So when the chaos hits, you panic, you attack. Because that hour made you a weapon. That hour made you ready.